Welcome to another episode of Cook with Jake and Joy and Derek. We today are going to do something kind of risky. This is a dish that I've been meaning to make ever since we started doing this show. And I don't know why, because I don't eat pad thai. Yeah. I can't even say it right. I've been saying it pad thai this whole time.
I told her I wasn't going to do the episode unless she could say it the way that she needs to say it.
But Jake and my husband love pad thai. And I wanted to...
I love it too.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, I've never seen a really healthy version. Usually it has like fish sauce in it and eggs and chicken. I mean, I know they make it with tofu too. But so I found a couple of recipes. Just a few recipes. And today we are going to try to piece them together.
You never made this before.
I've never made it before.
This is going to be exciting.
And it's not just one recipe. So I'm not like following a recipe. I'm making this up on camera.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay.
You ever see a train wreck? 3, 2, 1.
We're publishing this no matter what happens.
So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to make a sauce. Now, usually the sauce uses things like fish oil, et cetera, but we're going to use, and it also uses sugar. So instead of sugar, we're going to use dates. And I've got 6 pitted dates here that are hopefully going to be enough. What do you want to say about dates?
Yeah, so dates are so awesome. I feel like people just totally forget about dates. They're so awesome and so good for you. They actually help balance blood sugar. So if you're needing a sweetener for something, you can use dates instead of sugar. They're so sweet, but they don't spike your blood sugar, which is really, really awesome because they're really high in fiber. So that the sugar to fiber ratio is really great. So it keeps your blood sugar balanced. Reduces blood pressure also, which is really good. So if you're struggling with high blood pressure, that's really great. It helps with brain health and also helps you maintain bone mass. So if you're someone who's struggling to keep your bone mass on, eat some dates.
Also, it's really a good antidepressant.
Yeah.
Dates are really great for increasing your serotonin levels in your body.
Yeah.
I'm putting lime juice in here now too, because one of the recipes that I'm looking at says to do the juice of 2 limes. So we're going to hope that somehow through the magic of camera, this all pulls off and is delicious.
Yeah.
All right.
I know we're off dates, but if you haven't ever tried a slice of date on a slice of apple, it's like a caramel apple, but good for you. So if you haven't tried it, you have to try it. It's so good.
Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of almond butter. Any kind of almond butter. This is raw almond butter, which I recommend. Trader Joe's has the best deals on nut butter. Some people don't like them because they're not as... they're kind of oily, and I don't know why, because all they have in them is the nuts. But they said that you should not use Trader Joe's oils but nut butters when you're doing certain recipes. So that's all I know about that. Okay, tamarind. What else? The tamarind. All right, okay, talk about tamarind.
We have a lot about tamarind. Tamarind is pretty badass. We didn't even know. We were like, what is tamarind? So it's actually it's the meat inside the fruit pod that the tamarind tree produces.
And you have to buy this whole great big thing, and all I need is a little bit.
Yeah. So
what am I going to do with the rest of this?
I don't know. Well, once you hear the health benefits, you're just going to drink it. So it helps with weight loss. It reduces bad cholesterol, increases good cholesterol.
But before you say about the health benefits, what's really interesting to me, I didn't know anything about tamarind. It's salty. It's sweet and sour. And what else?
And acidic at the same time.
All at the same time. It's crazy.
It's bizarro. Yeah. So it helps burn fat. It helps if you have a stomach ache or you're constipated. What?
Constipated?
Yeah.
Now we're talking about poop?
Yeah. Here it heals liver injuries. If you've ever had, it reduces oxidative stress in the body, improves heart health, helps controls diabetes and hypoglycemia, prevents malaria.
That's what I need.
Improves circulation and nerve function, and improves the immune system overall. Like what? And there was more. I had to stop. I'm like, I can't say all this stuff.
Well, all plants are really good for you, and they all have lots and lots of benefits. Like you could probably read that, but that's amazing. I think it's amazing. I wonder how they discovered that you could actually use it.
Well, I've looked up a lot of health benefits of a lot of plants. We used to do our Plant Magic Monday, so look, and it was always, it's like 10. Obviously, there's more, but there's 10. This thing just went on and on and on about all these very specific health benefits.
What do you know about ginger? Ginger is great for your stomach.
Stomach ache, motion sickness, really great for motion sickness.
So I'm putting 2 teaspoons of grated ginger in here. And I should probably use a different grater because this is like a cheese grater. And I use this for spices a lot. And I thought it would work great for this ginger, but it's kind of making it into mush.
Yeah, it's just like a paste.
Yeah.
It's mushing it.
It's mushing it in there. Okay. I think that's about 2 teaspoons. Maybe not. I think I probably need a little bit more than that. Okay, what else does it call for?
Where'd you think?
Now, some people put fish sauce.
Red pepper flakes. Red pepper flakes.
Red pepper flakes. Oh no, this is getting all over the place. Shit. Look at that. That's a mess.
That's a huge mess.
It's a terrible mess.
That's because you poured it out the side. You shouldn't have done that. So
I don't think
talk
so.
about this.
Yeah, so I got this non-fish sauce, and I didn't really look at it before I bought it, but it has gluten in it. I'm sure it's just a little bit, but the reason it's got gluten in it is because it's got soy sauce in it. Now we use Tamarind, which is a gluten-free soy sauce, and I'm going to use that instead. But you can, just so you know,
if you don't care about
gluten, you can
gluten,
buy a fishless fish sauce that probably has a more fishy-like flavor, if that's what you're going for.
Yep.
Real fast 5 times.
Fishless
fish sauce.
Fishless fish sauce with a fishy-like flavor.
It's a fishy flavor. So I'm going to put 2 tablespoons. Is that what it calls for? Is one of those recipes?
I now need to find the other. Like where are we?
We're already off script.
I'm just thinking. I'm just
only
trying.
6 minutes
I'm channeling it. I'm just channeling what I'm supposed to be doing. What else does it call for? Is that everything?
Yeah, that was everything. You didn't even.
Sauce?
This one didn't even call for that.
Yeah, I know, but that's okay. All right. So I'm going to blend this together.
Okay.
To the magic of camera. You want to do that?
Sure.
So that's the sauce, okay? And she's going to blend that all together, and that's going to be the sauce that we're going to use.
It's going to be too loud if you keep talking.
Is it going to be too loud?
Yeah, it's way too loud.
It's way too loud? Okay, well, I'm going to talk about the noodles while you blend that then. So no one can hear me. And the other thing that we're going to do is we're going to make the noodles. And this isn't the other thing that's really great about this recipe is that I'm using brown rice noodles. Usually when you get pad thai, you can't get usually with rice noodles, do you? You usually get it with wheat noodles.
No, pad thai always comes in rice noodles.
It does?
It's always in rice noodles.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, there you go. I guess pad thai isn't that bad for you. How's it taste? Does it taste like pad thai?
No, kind of. There's something. There's a lot of lime. It's really limey.
It's really limey.
And it's really gingery.
Okay. Well, it tastes good altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll taste good altogether. Okay. I have been boiling water, so we're gonna throw these in. This is Annie Chun's brand. I didn't know that all pad thai noodles were rice noodles. I thought I was like really doing something special. Okay. Throw those in. The water I think is already boiling. If it's not, turn it up so it boils. Is it too hot?
It's boiling.
Okay, all right, throw these in. And these only take like 4 minutes, so while we cut up the rest of the stuff, that should be done. All right, so what am I gonna do with these? I'll dump those in there.
Did you show them the box of the noodles?
The noodles, yeah, I did. I showed them the box. Okay, so now this pad thai recipe called for chicken. But we're going to instead not use chicken.
Obviously.
Instead of chicken, we're not using chicken. But instead of the eggs, which all pad thai has in it, and you eat that anyway.
Yeah, and you can also, they ask if you're okay with egg.
Yeah. So I'm going to use silken tofu, which will have this recipe that I got that is vegan. Doesn't have anything like the tofu in it, so I think this is going to be really good. We're also going to use 2 shredded carrots, shredded ahead of time. And we're going to use these mung bean sprouts, sprouts are so good for you because as the plant is developing, that's where all the goodness is, all the stuff that's great for you. We're also going to use some green onions, and these came off of our vertical gardens, our vertical aeroponic gardens. And see how they've flowered? Aren't those cool looking? I think.
Have you ever seen a green onion flower?
I'm going to use these as a garnish on the side of the plate. I think that would be really cute,
cool.
Don't you?
Yeah.
So we'll use those as a garnish. And the green onions are going to go in with some red cabbage, the carrots, and the mung beans, and we're going to cook that all together. Okay, we're going to use half of this cabbage. And I could have cut this up ahead of time too, but I don't like to cut stuff up ahead of time because the more you can not cut something up before you eat it, the better it is for you, the more antioxidant activity it has, the more enzymatic activity. But I'm going to cut these really thin.
And I have some health info about cabbage. So it improves digestion. It's good for heart health, helps to control your blood pressure, lowers cholesterol, and it's really high in vitamin K.
And what's vitamin K good for?
All kinds of things.
Yeah, it's a blood clotter. So if you're going to eat a diet that's rich in vitamin K, like any green leafy vegetable, and you're taking a blood thinner, you want to talk to your doctor about that. If you're taking a blood thinner, hopefully we'll get you off of it because you know what blood thinners are? Do you know what they are?
No.
They're rat poison.
Ugh.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
So if you're taking a blood thinner, do what you can to get off of it. if you can. But also, if you're eating a diet that's rich in fruits and vegetables, you kind of have to be consistent about what you're doing. That's why I like taking the plant concentrates that we use, because people take them every day and they're getting a consistent amount.
Right.
And then they get their pro time levels checked with that. Okay, will you heat up some of let's use sesame oil. When I use oil, I want to use something that's actually good for you. So I love using toasted sesame oil because you're getting the benefits of the sesame seeds as well as having something that really tastes great.
What do you want me to do with this?
We're going to put a little bit of that into that big frying pan and turn the frying pan on. And we're going to saute all of these vegetables together. And then when the noodles are done, we'll add everything together in the pan and we'll add the sauce over it. We'll coat it all. And it's going to be delicious. You're going to love it. Okay.
Watch yourself.
Watch myself.
Watch
You watch
myself.
yourself.
I watch myself.
You watch yourself. You watch yourself, dear. Okay. So that's about the same amount that we have of everything else, right? How many green onions do you think?
I don't know.
What do you want to say about green onions?
Well, it meets one of the onion component of G-bombs,
Right.
which is really nice. So you make sure you get some onions in. So I actually like to put green onions on my salads if I'm going to. So
Ooh, I
again,
don't
another
like
way that I
that.
like to get it into my diet every day.
Ugh,
I love green onions in a
hate
salad. Oh my
onions in
gosh,
salad.
yum!
Yuck.
I don't like other onions in salad. I like green onions. Yeah.
Do you like green eggs and ham?
No,
No.
neither of those. We grow green onions on our vertical gardens that you guys saw in our last season, and my husband just walks by and eats them right off the tower. He loves them.
Yum. You think this is enough, or do you think I should do all of them?
We might as well do all of them.
Okay,
since we
all
have-
right.
since
Do you
we
have that oil in the pan? Is
Yeah,
that,
it's
is
going.
it hot? Okay, so we're going to saute all of these vegetables together, and we're not going to get them too crunchy, because I guess in pad thai, they don't cook the vegetables in restaurants. They put them on the side, but they do the onions. So we're going to add
Putting
those.
those into the pan?
Okay, and then should I crush up the peanuts, or should we just put the peanuts whole?
Well, they're crushed up. They're usually a pile of little crushed up peanuts on the side
Okay.
that you can then mix in.
Okay. All right.
Usually, that's how.
All right.
That's
Let's
how.
get rid of these limes, and I'll put them in that one. I can't believe that tamarind is getting all over the place. All right, I'm going to chop up some peanuts. I love peanuts. There's so much controversy about peanuts. A lot of kids are allergic to them. And I think it's because of the way that they're grown. So these are organic peanuts. I've never had an issue with peanuts, and I like peanuts a lot. The only thing I like more are Marcona almonds. Have you had those?
Yeah, the Marcona ones.
Yeah, with rosemary and truffle oil.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're so good. When we did that last season, when we did the Miyoko's cheese plate,
Oh yeah.
and I think I don't know if I did that on the show, but that's what I've been doing, is having that be a garnish on the side, and they're delicious. They're absolutely delicious.
Was it magically delicious?
They're magically delicious, absolutely. They're so good that Elvis would love them. Elvis probably made them. Okay, how's that? How are the noodles coming?
Ow! I'm trying to get them, but they're hot.
They're hot.
Ow! Ow!
Is it done?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so shut those off and put them under cold water in the colander so you stop them from cooking anymore, because we'll be cooking them a little bit more when we do the vegetables. Okay, I'm going to add the tofu, and I'm using soft tofu. Usually we use firm tofu for almost everything, but in this dish I wanted to use soft because I think it will mimic eggs, the texture of eggs. I'm going to add that to the green onion. Do those green onions look the way they're supposed to look?
Yeah. Here.
So soft tofu is very, very, very different to use than is hard tofu. And if you manage it a lot, it's going to break up, which we kind of want it to do for our purposes in this episode. I mean, I also want it to get the flavor of the sesame oil, because I think that that's going to add to the overall yumminess of it. Yum. Okay, and then I'm going to add these veggies. Carrots. I'm going to leave some out as a garnish. Same thing with the cabbage. And Jake told you all the benefits of cabbage. I mean, you probably all know the benefits of carrots. They're crazy good for you. Mm-hmm. So this dish is actually going to go from just being delicious to being delicious and good for you, which I'm really excited about. I love that. I love it when you can have a dish that you really... I wish that pizza was like that.
Well, you can get cauliflower crust pizza now.
I know.
Which Derek would
It's
love.
just not as
Oh,
good.
so bad.
It's just not as good. Okay, so we've got, for the garnish, we've got a little bit of the mung sprouts, we've got some carrots, we've got some cabbage. Do we need more cabbage in that?
I think it's good.
You think it's
I'm
good?
gonna show it to Derek. I'm gonna show it to the
camera?
camera.
Don't
Not
burn
by
yourself.
touching that. Looks
Nice.
so good.
Nice. Is it hard to hold that?
Yeah, it is heavy. It looked too pretty to not show it. Had to show you guys how pretty it looks already.
I think we should add a little more cabbage.
Okay.
Okay. And then, okay, let's see what it says to do next. So we got that going. We've got, oh, sesame seeds. We need sesame seeds.
In there already?
Yeah, black sesame seeds it calls for. Now, I don't know if you put them on afterwards or we're just totally winging this recipe, you guys. And kind of what I want to show you is if you've got the right ingredients, you can make just about anything taste great, you know? And we've got stuff that's good for you and that tastes great, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm adding the black sesame seeds.
Okay. And then?
I think we just put it all together.
Okay, put the sauce on.
I think you put the noodles in first.
Okay.
Don't you?
Sure.
Or should we do these first?
No, let's do the noodles first.
Okay. You want to show them the noodles?
Sure. So they're brown rice pad thai noodles. Yum. Look great. Noodle soup. I mean,
And then let's take the sauce
okay,
over the
then
top.
here's the sauce. I think we should just start out not putting all of it, just to make sure.
Okay,
just 'cause
that
I
we
think
like
it's gonna, yeah, well, because I don't know if you put too much sauce, it can be kind of strong, you know.
Oh wow, it's not very liquidy.
No.
Is it supposed to be liquidy?
I don't know.
We could add water.
Just try. I think it's gonna be okay because you don't want. It's not because pad thai is not soupy.
It's
You don't
not?
have liquid. It's just the noodles are coated in the sauce, so you don't want it to be like real liquidy.
Okay.
Yeah. Add another scoopful.
Just got to get this mixed up. I'm kind of scared.
I'm kind of scared too. The tofu is kind of falling apart. It's looking a little bit like feta cheese in there.
Okay, let's take that great big bowl and mix it in there and take it off the heat.
Well, we'll put it in this pan.
No, let's put it in that great big bowl because then we can get if there's any sauce that's, you know, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot.
It is kind of like cottage cheese.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Or feta cheese. Kind of what the eggs look like.
It is. It is kind of.
Wait, we have to sit over here so they can see.
I'm getting this all over your cute shirt.
I know.
I don't know. I think it's pretty cool.
We need more sauce.
More sauce?
Yeah.
Well, there's chunks of it though in here. What do you think, Derek? Does this look like pad thai that you've had?
It definitely looks pretty, which you always say the more colors the better. Right?
Uh-huh.
So here it is.
Yeah. Okay. Should we try more sauce, or
No,
do you want to taste it
it
first? Yeah. Get a fork. I'm crushing my flowers. What? It's not delicious?
It doesn't taste like pad thai. I think it was the sauce. The sauce, we didn't get quite the pad thai flavor.
What are we missing? What does it feel like it's missing?
Probably fish sauce.
The fake fish sauce? Should we
know.
try the fake fish sauce?
No, now we have all this sauce on it now. It's good. I mean, it's great, but it doesn't taste like pad thai.
Okay, so we need to work on the sauce. We'll do that in another episode. We'll get better
Get a
pad
better
thai
pad
sauce.
thai sauce.
But it looks beautiful, and I think it's going to be good. I'm going to give this to my friend who's pregnant. No, she just had her baby, and she's going to love it because she's going to eat everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be great.
All right, you guys, that was our somewhat unsuccessful attempt at pad thai.
The noodles worked great. The veggies worked great.
Yeah,
the sauce needs some work.
The sauce needs some work, but we're going to cover this up with some peanuts and some fresh veggies, and I think it's going to be okay.
Yeah, I mean, it tastes good. It's healthy.
Should we send out for some pad thai sauce?
Yeah, if any of you have a good recipe for vegan pad thai sauce, you let us know.
Yeah.
We'll make it on our next season.
All right, that's all we've got for this episode.
Bye, you guys.
See you next time on Cook with Jake and Joy and Derek.